I know you say you want like pretty much everybody, but specifically, who do you want the most?
Everybody. I don't got no picks. There ain't nobody that I really want.
It's Gervonta Davis's return to the ring, and the stage is set already with an intense face-off between them, Baltimore champion and his opponent from Washington, D.C. While many are unimpressed by the matchup, the outcome might be a big shocker to boxing fans, and they've begun in the toughest way with some bits of trash talking to soice things up. Roach has not only promised to come at Gervonta Davis with full force, he has also warned the world champion to be assured he isn't coming in the same manner as his previous 30 opponents. As much as we know, the last 30 boxers to face off against Gervonta Davis have mostly ended the fights with their back on the canvas. Anyways, Lamont Roach comes with so much confidence and, most importantly, a world title. Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach have been able to create an atmosphere of war since their fight was approved a few days ago. Lamont Roach isn't seeing himself as an underdog, not even with his victory over an opponent Gervonta Davis had fought in the past. Gervonta Davis, on the other hand, is seeing Lamont Roach exactly in the same light as the previous 30 opponents. Hopefully, Tank Davis doesn't underestimate him so much. However, fans expect a more refined version of Gervonta Davis, one more violent and brutal than the version that knocked out Frank Martin in the 8th round in his last fight in June. This is the first time in a while Tank would be fighting twice in a year. And with this, we either see a 31st knockout win for him or a first career loss. We all know the former seems more likely. But boxing is a game of shockers, isn't it? In an extended discussion about the near finality of Davis-Roach, ProBox TV's Paulie Malignaggi said Tuesday that the fight represents an opportunity for Roach to build his name recognition and explore a restricted path to victory against the bigger knockout artist Davis. Roach has been a solid fighter, but he hasn't been at the level of notoriety to be in a fight like this. I don't think this is a fight that should go on pay-per-view, said Malignaggi, a former welterweight champion. If Roach had been a bona fide champion who's made 5-6 title defenses, instead, Malignaggi said, "The bout represents a cement your brand kind of thing. Keep Davis winning so he can look like a winner. But people want to see more." That's not all Davis's fault. The 29-year-old expressed willingness to fight veteran 3-division champion Lomachenko only to see the Ukrainian announce he wanted to be with his family as his war-torn country confronts its war with Russia this year. Zepeda and Davis are now fighting on separate cards in November. The fight itself is a hard pill to swallow, Algieri said on Tuesday's edition of ProBox TV's Top Stories. Malignaggi elaborated, "When you look at the lightweight division from a boxing perspective, why pull up a guy from other weight classes when there are fresh, young lightweights and lots of viable fights for Davis?" Malignaggi praises Roach as a crafty little veteran. "It's a springboard for pro box. Roach has shown a solid chin. If he can bring those skill sets, he can be a problem." Algieri said if Roach can stack up early rounds on the scorecards because Davis usually starts slow and puts all his eggs in the basket, that he'll score a knockout. Roach could out-hustle, out-finesse Davis and survive late. Yes, it's possible we can see an upset. That moved Malignaggi. "If Roach wins, it'd be the upset of the year. Is that what we want on pay-per-view?" he asked. "This is not a trash fight. Lamont is smaller and lacks the firepower of Gervonta Davis." Algieri too expects Davis to wear down Roach because his physical and mental pressure will be too stressful. For the junior lightweight fighter, WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis is making his much-anticipated return to the ring against WBA super featherweight champion Lamont Roach sometime in December.
My team came up with it. And
that was cool too, man.
And are you the ultimate Ghostbuster?
There are a couple of dates being tossed around for the title fight, but nothing specific has been confirmed quite yet. Something similar was going on with the venue as well. Some reports claimed it could be in Washington, D.C., since both Davis and Roach are from the Baltimore-Washington metropolitan area. Meanwhile, a Las Vegas venue made more sense. Regardless, the Baltimore native has now hinted at a location where the fight may happen.
Gervonta, you've knocked out a lot of good fighters, beating some really good fighters. How much do you want to prove it against someone who's considered elite in the pound for pound?
According to Davis's recent post on Instagram, where he took a jab at Frank Martin, Houston, Texas, seems to be the chosen city for the bout. The news has already generated buzz, with stars like Riddick Bowe, Tank Dell, and others expressing excitement. Earlier today, Tank took to Instagram to share a powerful moment from his last fight against Frank Martin. The post featured a still from the 8th round, just after Davis had knocked Martin out to successfully defend his WBA title. Alongside the image, Davis teased his next fight in December, captioning the post with, "December, Houston hashtag the one hashtag long live baby Frank."
How much does that matter to you?
There's not too many people on the pound for pound my weight class. But
Yeah, Shakur,
yeah,
maybe Lomachenko is still elite. He's elite, but yeah.
Initial reports had suggested Davis's bout against Lamont Roach could take place on either December 21st, the same night as the highly anticipated Alexander Usyk-Tyson Fury rematch in Saudi Arabia, or December 14th. Given the magnitude of the Usyk-Fury rematch, it's unlikely premier boxing champions would schedule Davis's fight on the same night, making December 14th a more plausible option. Nevertheless, the location details alone were enough to prompt these sports personalities to share their thoughts in the post's comment section. Tim Wright is betting big on Davis. While it's no secret that Davis had quite the pull in the community, nobody could have guessed just a single post would attract so many people. Memphis Grizzlies point guard Ja Morant used an emoji to share his thoughts about Davis. He commented with a gorilla emoji to emphasize Davis's power. Davis is known to end fights with one punch, so having animalistic power shouldn't be a surprise. Meanwhile, wide receiver for the Houston Texans, Tank Dell, had a request for the WBA lightweight champion. "Drown him," Dell wrote. Interestingly, Dell shares his nickname with Davis. Tank, another NFL player, the defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders, Max Crosby, also joined the conversation. Like Morant, Crosby also used emojis to share his take. He wrote with 3 bird emojis. Notably, Crosby uses boxing in his training. According to a report from Fox 5 Vegas, it helps him improve hand speed, technique, and understanding of distance. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end Tim Wright seems to have found a huge money-making opportunity with Gervonta Davis's recent announcement.
I would have to go with Tank, though. I would have to go with Tank.
Lamont will be moving up. What would he have to do to make that fight?
Oh, he moving up?
Yeah, it would be. He's the champion at 30.
He wrote, "Let me get my bet money ready. Christmas gone be lovely." It's worth mentioning that Davis is facing criticism for fighting Lamont, who is from a lower weight class, making their bout look like a cakewalk for Tank. Even former undisputed heavyweight champion Riddick Bowe joined the conversation to confirm his presence at the venue. "Gervonta, this is your big uncle Bowe. I will be there. Just missed you when I was in DC."
Oh, okay, yeah. I have to go with Tank.
What does he need to do to make this competitive?
Don't trade with him. You gotta box. Box, move, time up. But it's difficult when you fight Tank, man.
Bowe stated. Bowe has previously shown his support for Davis, and the duo have been spotted together as well. That said, it appears it's not just the fans excited about Gervonta Davis' upcoming fight. Even popular sports personalities are looking forward to the night of punches.
It's difficult when you fight him. The Tank sets you up with all types of shots, man. And also, like I tell people, Tank can box when he want to box.
And just like his last press conference with Frank Martin, the Baltimore champion is super assured of his capabilities in the ring.
Is that like part of the job of a great trainer, though? Is you take that on too, as well as just training the fighter?
He's a bit of a psychologist himself.
Having given Ryan Garcia his biggest win, Derek James was prepared to do the same for Frank Martin, as he's been seen in their heated press conference, maintaining a very passive countenance as expected, with Davis firing some shots at him. As both fighters prepared for fight week, they were looking to build from the experience of their first press conference. The press conference for an event that also had David Benavidez versus Alexander Gvozdyk for the World Boxing Council interim super middleweight title happened in June at the press conference event in Las Vegas, where all 4 fighters of this doubleheader presented themselves for the Saturday, June 15th event. When Tank Davis jumped on stage, he was fired up and got his own show going in front of the cameras and the microphones. Frank Martin seemed a little tense during the entire exchange, as Davis seemed in his element with some controversial jokes. As they started talking on the mics, the situation got more heated when they stood up for their face-off. Warren made the mistake to place his hand on Gervonta Davis's face and the champion slapped it down. The person who was avoiding conflict in the middle had a slight moment of panic, but the situation diffused rapidly.
Once again, things heating up already for this main event, the WBA.
But Davis had another moment where he joked he wanted to meet Martin's companion, either his wife or his girlfriend. That little female he got, she's probably around here somewhere. I'll catch up with her.
Nothing in common.
You don't know me.
But the little female he got.
That's the problem.
But that little female he got, well, she probably around here somewhere.
That was also an uncomfortable moment that showed how much of a savage Gervonta Davis can be. But that wasn't all. Davis also pulled up on Martin after the event and interrupted his interview with members of the press. Tank Davis was feeling sharp and slick with his tongue at the press conference. He said this to Martin and the press: "I'm glad to be back in the ring. I've been off for a long time. I want to be flawless and do what I do best, and that's to give you fans the best boxing you've seen up to date. He's a front runner. I'm telling you, it's a different beast in front of you."
Back home. They know what you don't know. They know what you don't know. You from the suburbs. They know what you don't know. You was trash.
There's nobody walking with him holding his hand. It's not going to be the same on June 15th. There's a lot of nonsense stuff built up. I'm going to take it out on him. I'm sorry, it's going to be him. I'm definitely looking forward to all around the board just being back in the ring, Davis said. Also, during the conference, Gervonta Tank Davis threatened to take out 14 months of frustration on Frank Martin when they fight on June 15th. The 29-year-old Davis will defend his World Boxing Association lightweight title against his rival at Las Vegas' MGM Grand, having remained inactive since stopping Ryan Garcia at a catchweight of 136 pounds in April 2023.
Everything that Floyd said right there, the Chrome Heart bed, the Maybach, the Lloyd shit, that was all in my post.
You posted that.
In the aftermath of his biggest victory, Davis was sentenced to 90 days of home detention at the home of his trainer, Calvin Ford, after he pleaded guilty to 4 counts stemming from a crash in November 2020 that injured 4 people, including a pregnant woman. He then served 44 days at a detention center after a judge ruled on June 1st that he violated the terms of his house arrest by moving to a luxury hotel and then a new home. Less than 2 weeks after defeating Garcia, Davis was also sentenced to 3 years probation and 200 hours of community service.
Listen, I mean, this one is definitely an interesting one because a lot of people, you know, when you're great, you get criticism. Some people say, yo, this is the first time he fighting a black fighter in this style. What do you think like as far as, do you do anything different or it's the same shit, same walk in the park?
I mean, it depends on what's coming, you know what I mean? So,
Davis has similarly since seen his rivals Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney enhance their reputations, and Garcia talk of a rematch following his victory in April over Haney before agreeing to return to the ring for his biggest test to date. "I'm definitely looking forward to all around the board just being back in the ring," Davis said. "I've been off for a long time. I've been in jail. I've been under house arrest and things like that. I'm just happy to be back here where I'm comfortable. I could be flawless and do what I do best, and that's give you fans the best boxing you've seen to date. Come June 15th, I ain't ready with a load of talk. Martin's a front runner. They think they thugs and stuffs like that, but I'm telling you, it's a different beast in front of him. It's a different beast. Nobody is going to be able to save him June 15th, and it's a lot of stuff built up. It's a lot built up, and I'm going to take it out on him. I'll see y'all June 15th. Davis's profile as one of the world's highest profile fighters owes much to his former association with Floyd Mayweather Jr. He was present at the MGM the night in 2012 when Mayweather outpointed Miguel Cotto and is relishing the prospect of being the lead attraction at one of the most celebrated fight venues in the world. "I'm just happy to be back in the mix and happy to fight at the MGM," he said. "This will probably be my second time fighting here, but I remember coming to watch Floyd versus Cotto, and I walked through the front door and I see all the celebrities and things like that, mink coats on and things like that. I always wanted to be a part of something like this, so I'm just grateful to be in this position and also to be on this card with another young lion like myself and to give the fans what they want to see." Since Davis Garcia, which proved the biggest fight of 2023, Martin, who trains alongside Garcia at Derek James's Texas-based gym, has recorded a decision victory over Artem Harutyunyan. "It's a blessing just to be here," said the challenger Martin, also 29. It's a blessing just to get this type of opportunity to come here and show the world what I'm about. I've got to say hats off. I appreciate Gervonta Davis for even taking the fight. I believe they messed up by taking the fight, but I do appreciate them giving me this opportunity to show the world what I'm about. I'm ready to go out and shock the world and do what I do what people think I can't do. It means everything to fight for a world title. I've been working for it. I've been the underdog in this since I started from the beginning. I've been watching everything. I know how his nonsense walk. I'm gonna touch his butt up. I know how he and his whole team walk. And after this, Gervonta Davis also hit out at Floyd Mayweather as well. It's known to all that the boxing legend has been feuding with former protege Davis on social media after the talented young star suggested he would knock out Mayweather.
Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him, and I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Bonded, me and Floyd. A spanking. The 47-year-old has since teased a return to the ring again in an exhibition in Mexico on Instagram, with the full announcement due on May 15th. Of course, it is almost certain that the pair will not do battle given their significant age gap, in addition to the fact that Mayweather retired from the professional ranks in August 2017. But the former 5-weight world champion has been competing in exhibition contests since his retirement and still considers himself very much active. He last fought in a farcical exhibition with John Gotti III in June 2023, which descended into chaos as Mayweather's rival was disqualified, leading to a chaotic brawl. It is unclear who the opponent will be, but Mayweather has been linked to a whole host of new challenges, including a failed sequel with Gotti III. Mayweather and Davis now carry a strained relationship, since Tank split from the Mayweather Promotions banner, where he was guided to first become world champion in 2017. Their working association deteriorated in 2022 as Davis elected to part ways with the promotional company and work solely with his advisor Al Heyman. Rumors of a fresh feud began before his victory over Ryan Garcia in April 2023, where he accused Mayweather of not letting him train in his gym, but the pair initially squashed their supposed beef and celebrated together when he picked up his stoppage win. But to show the amount of trouble Tank has gotten himself into lately, his beefs aren't just against Floyd Mayweather. Elsewhere, he's been involved in another feud with undisputed women's world champion Claressa Shields. After Devin Haney's loss, Tank Davis had come after the Haneys with so much force that raised questions. And then, taking notice of Tank Davis's emphatic trolling, Shields uploaded a post on X claiming that Tank did not hold positive feelings toward Devin Haney. Tank really just doesn't like Devin Haney, and it shows. Davis responded to the post by openly declaring his dislike for the Dream. I don't like you, Devin, and the rest of y'all. Now what's up? One individual agreed with Tank in the comments section and took a dig at Shields. Finally, someone said it, cause she's really shady too.
Yeah, so let me tell y'all what the heck happened between me and Tank yesterday. Let me tell y'all, cause this was first of all, listen, cause this is why I started talking about that first. Why I made that video about Jake and I hashtag Gervonta.
Davis responded by making a derogatory remark about the Olympic gold medalist's appearance. I would be too. Look how she look.
This all started off with, me saying I was actually supporting Amanda Serrano, but, they're promoting her or whatever the case may be. And I said, I understand that Amanda, is fighting on the undercard of Jake, but she should be fighting the main event. He should be under her. She's the world champion.
Interestingly, Claressa Shields also took notice of Gervonta Davis's statement about her appearance and responded in the comments. Shields shared that she planned on taking a shot at Davis in a song. I'm dissing you on a song next, midget. I got a great verse for you, champ. And in another interview, when she was asked about the ongoing back and forth between her and Tank, and just before the reporter could complete his statement, she interrupted saying, "Damn Tank." She then continued after she was informed by the reporter of the Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank Martin press conference that was holding the next day, saying, "I don't give a damn where he's going to be at. I won't be there. That's all I got to say to him, and I hope Frank Martin tears his butts everywhere balloon." And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.